figure it's about time I do a bit of a update what's going on with the aquaponics. The fish are still ticking away quite happily. They're only goldfish. I found at the moment with the system and the temperatures, the other fish struggle, as these guys can stay standard. I'll set up a second tank for edibles. I seem to have a spider moved in, food's catching on the web. Anyway, sugarcane. There's a few sugarcane in here that are doing quite happily. I've let the beetroot go, hoping to get seed. Not sure whether that's going to work or not. It seems, I don't know whether that's actually the flower. That's it. Might have to Google it. Heap of tomatoes here as well. That's another sugarcane. But then we've got all these Asian greens, rocket, Mizuno. Okay, had a phone call, but sorry about that. These things happen. So here, I'm not sure if that's bok choy, bak choy, one of those choy type things. I'm not that avid a gardener to take notice of all the names. I've only had one lettuce come up at the moment, and it's really gone crazy in the wrong ways. So I think that's going to seed as well already. Bit disappointed. It's the only one that it really happened. There might be a few others buried in here, I guess, but this is all self-seeded from what I didn't take out last time. I am going to have to thin it out, especially because there's probably a couple of hundred plants in here trying to compete for the same space. But yeah, they're 100% of the plants in this bed are all just from the seeds that weren't collected. That's what just fell in there by itself. So I've got a couple of tubs with seed pods waiting to be dealt with. This bed's looking a bit pathetic at the moment. Also got some seeds that have blown from over here, I guess, before I took the plants out. Not having much luck with these. Bugs keep getting to them. The bergamot, no idea what you use it for. I just got it as a 50-cent special, and so I'll throw it in, see what happens. It's still going. It's been probably 6 months and it's done bugger all. Under this tub is a wasabi. I've just put that on there to try and keep some of the Australian sun off, because it's cooking it after I've taken some of these other things out. But the pawpaw, I've got 2 pawpaw plants, and or papaya. They're actually doing okay. I've been told they won't grow, so I'll be happy if they do, and I'll be even happier if I get fruit. And in this tank, I've got a very pathetic effort of trying to get duckweed, but there's too much movement because of the siphon, which is kind of expected. I was hoping that there might be a couple of yabbies out. I've got 3 freshwater yabbies in there to, well, see what happens, I guess. Similarly in the other tank, there's a couple of freshwater shrimp and a goldfish, if the goldfish hasn't eaten the shrimp. And yeah, not really much happening. I'm letting it do its own thing pretty much. The only input I'm doing is electricity for the pump and fish food. A handful of flakes, well, not even, about half a handful of flakes each day for the fish, and it's yeah, doing its own thing. So this is the veggie patch. Again, pretty much we let the garden do its own thing. We take some weeds out every now and then. Other than that, we get a few things happening. The capsicum, dwarf capsicum, these are now 3-year-old, these plants. They're very, very small. The tallest one is about not even 2 feet. but they've been producing capsicums almost continuously, other than maybe a period of about 2 months. This year they stopped for a while. It just got too hot and I didn't have any cover for other plants here. We've got a head growing on this plant, which is one of the ones we took the main one off and then left what was left. And then yeah, it's on to seed, a lot of seed. I will have to try and take these off before they drop throughout the whole veggie patch. Some have been taken off. The other parts not really developing ahead, but not really too worried about that either. I don't need a lot of it. And yeah, you just pick bits and feed them to the worms. We've also got a few tomato plants that have popped up pretty much by themselves. I did buy this one, I think it was, which is not a cherry tomato. It's a bit bigger, and yeah, that large tomato there is about 2 inches in diameter. There's a couple of nice big ones down there. Bugs will probably get to them before we do when they're ready to eat. Some zucchini plants, which came from my daughter. She grew them by seed. Got way too many for what they needed, so we took a few home. Stevia, it's quite happy in here. Thought the plants were going to die because I had to transplant them after moving a garden bed, and yeah, they seem to be doing just fine. Similarly with the chives down the back, they're doing okay. There's a leek that's fallen down there due to its weight, and there's some potatoes that just, it's one of those things, once you plant it they just keep coming back unless you find a way to get rid of all of them, which we obviously haven't. Lemongrass, we've actually halved that not all that long ago, but it doesn't really look like it. And that down there is a pathetic bit of celery, I think it was, or parsley. I can't even remember now, but it's doing bugger all. But the sweet potato, yep, trying to get everywhere. And for a bit of protection, I've just got a clothesline from a friend that was upgrading to a different style, and I've just put a couple of star droppers, or star pickets, what you want to call it. It's also got my sprinkler hooked up there, holding it up, and a bit of light duty mesh. It's not really to keep the birds out because it's not sealed, but it does reduce the sun just enough to stop everything from burning, so that's quite good. And the choco, well, I think it's also called sapote, I can't remember, but yeah, that plant is just going crazy. I was told that after the first season they die down over winter and then come back. Well, it never died, but it certainly did the comeback bit. So this was just one little choco planted the previous year, which we got about 100, I think it was about 130 big fruit off of. Bigger than my fist, most of them, when we picked them. Some more sugarcane and banana farms. They're doing quite well. And we've also got, I think it's Asian mustard greens. They seem to be coming up all over the place. I've got to do some work on the ground. I'm going to get rid of the catamaran. But yeah, we've got about 60 of those plants just coming up from seed as well. So there we go. I do have a bunch of stevia seeds I'm going to try and see if I can get them to start off as well. But yeah, it's happening in its own merry way.